Good evening, everyone. This is Late Night with Cap. This is JT. Good to see you. And this episode is going to be a fun one. We're going to talk about... I have a wonderful... and of course, we'll do bad graphic design. And we may...
Hello and welcome to the second episode of the R2 show. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I have got a wonderful guest here with me, CannoliSasquatch. How are you doing, sir? I'm
doing well, sir. I'm glad you hijacked JT show. Now it might actually be a good show.
Oh,
so
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the things he told me. He's like, "Don't do a better job than me."
Too late, JT. Too late.
Well, I again so happy to have you on here.
Definitely, buddy.
And FYI, if you're not familiar with Cannoli's channel, it is phenomenal. You guys always have something new going on, I feel like, and you guys have such an amazing group too over on your channel.
Yeah, I am very lucky with my Monday crew. They are awesome, super talented people. They make me look good. They really do. And then Friday with the Mrs. Cannoli and the new platform, the new rotation and platform we got there. I'm trying to do like a Joe Rogan style thing on Fridays now, where it's just talking to people and interviewing, not just so much going through articles and talking about pop culture. That stuff comes into play, but more of just getting to know the guest and then getting their opinions on things, but just talking. And it's been working out great. We're having a blast. And now that we're doing it every other week, rotating between both of us, it's giving us a lot more time to get guests, add better content, do more editing. So that's the Friday stuff. The Monday stuff is still going to be weekly. We just took a week off because we needed a break. And so I'm very lucky. Copa, Vex, White Bear, they are fantastic. I love them. And of course, Mrs. Cannoli.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, you with doing this, you definitely need to take breaks. So that's good that you guys do that.
Yeah.
Well, and I love Friday nights. I'm a mod over on your channel.
Yep.
This week is the ladies' night episodes. I love watching all the girls over there. They are, as I would like to call them, and hopefully they don't take any offense, but they are the anti-view.
Oh, it's a perfect description for them.
It's a group of real women over there who live in the real world, and and then Filipino meatball too.
He's kind of a woman, so
he's half a man. In height, from what I hear. Yeah, the only complaint I have about your channel is that you stream the same night as us.
I know.
Not that it's competition, it's just that I don't get to watch you guys live.
I know. It's kind of unfortunate. I know. I did it on purpose to ruin you. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, it's just one of those things. It's so hard to pick and choose nights because everybody's streaming on the same night as you. It's like I've learned, especially the bigger the group you get to know, everybody streaming the same night. But I do check the replays. It's one thing I like about the replays, but I know what you're saying. Live is different.
And that's kind of the other thing. I know so many people who worry about who's streaming on one night, on which night, and it's like nobody owns a night.
Right.
You just got to do what you have to do, especially with your schedule. And then it's also tough, especially like JT, me, and then even you, right? You're married, you have a family, you have kids. You have to work within that.
Well, having a full-time job, and then now with the time shift, like we don't have daylight savings, but everybody else got pushed back. Yeah. So for me, it's just everybody who wants me on a show or wants to, it's like it's an hour earlier for me now. So I'm still working at that time, and it's just it's kind of just an adjustment. It's all good though.
It's life. It's the joys of life. Well, before we start getting into things, and I'm excited for what I have lined up, let's say hello to the chat. I have my wife joining us. Thank you. And my little buddy, he's going to watch a little bit of this. My son, little Spidey.
Oh, man.
Of course, we've got Liberty, who he's always joining us on Monday night, and appreciate you being here. And then, yeah, I see somebody that I see in that chat on Friday nights, Mr. Egg Shen.
Yeah, I like Egg
You
Shen.
leave Jack Burton alone. That's all I got to say.
You believe in magic?
Yeah. Love that movie.
Awesome.
And White Bear is here. Thank you so much for being here,
Whitey,
sir.
what's up?
Yeah, I can't wait to show this video I have lined up. And of course, the missus is here.
Of course.
Thank you so much. She is wonderful. And yes, go watch her this Friday. So much fun. She does a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the boss man keeping an eye on me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he's driving and listening. So hopefully we'll entertain him. Hopefully I don't make him too upset with the stuff I'm going to do on his channel tonight. Ms. Martin Muses, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we got Static in here. Static 2020, thank you.
What's up, Static?
And Copa Catania.
Copa.
Welcome, sir. Thanks for being here. And hopefully Vex shows up. I think she said she's going to try to.
Yeah.
But, well, first off, we got all sorts of stuff to cover, but I got some videos I'm going to share. This is something that came up earlier in the week that got shared by the lovely Gina Carano. And this is it's hilarious, this clip. Cracking up about it. So you might have seen it, but if you haven't, I think you're going to love it.
To try and help, but obviously
it started up.
We were in the middle of our tournament when my friend John said he found a body in the bushes over there. I ran over there because I'm a healing monk to try and help, but obviously my magic wasn't strong enough because the dude's body was missing a head. So my friend decided to try and use a necromancer spell, which didn't work, which I knew it wouldn't. And apparently we contaminated the crime scene because that spell uses a lot of glitter.
Oh my God. This this was great. I saw this earlier in the week, and I don't even know what to say at this point. That's one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
it really is.
I think that's probably not real. I think that's somebody who throws it in there, but I crack up. There's a few people that do it on the regular that it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Well, not only that, if you've ever met a LARPer, that's really great impression of a LARPer. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Spot on.
Hey Jacob, thanks for joining us.
Jacob, what's up?
And Tyler's here. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Tyler.
I clicked on the wrong one, but nice to see you. And then just before we went, I saw this video pop up, and I was dying. I just retweeted it out. I did a little edit to it. This is probably going to get somebody a strike. He's going to get mad at me, but I can't help it.
Do it.
This is perfect. I almost go like, was this stage? But I think this actually might be real. For some reason, it's playing. I'm like midway through, but here. Mom's painting.
Oh God, that kid's not going to see another Christmas.
Oh yeah, he just runs off in a panic.
Oh my God, that is epic because that's every. I mean, most kids do stupid crap like that, right? Where you break stuff in the house, but like to knock the mom off. So not only are you ruining the paint, you're ruining the couch, you're ruining her outfit, it's just a bad day for mom at that point.
Oh yeah,
but it's hilarious for us. It's great.
It also that makes me think of last place I worked at before where I currently work. I actually had to go into the office, and everybody in this office, it was a tech company, had a Nerf gun, and you just get randomly shot with a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
And one day, one of the girls that was sitting in like the same row of desks as me, she was messing with somebody's Nerf gun. She's like, like, when do you guys play in here? And we're like, we just randomly shoot at each other. And she's like, yeah. And she's shooting it. And I had this like little tiny pocket, like Derringer Nerf gun. And I'm like, think fast. And I shot, and I hit her right here.
Oh,
like pegged her. I felt so bad.
Ouch. That is freaking great, though.
There's Vex. Hey,
What up, Vex?
For joining us. Nice E3 video, by the way.
Yeah.
If you didn't see that.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was super good. Well, one of the things I got for us to talk about, it just made me think of just something silly, but I asked you, I'm like, think of some like weird, things you thought that you were going to have to like worry about when you were a kid, like as growing up as an adult, or like fears that you had. And so that's what this segment is here. Weird childhood beliefs and fears. And of course, from that picture, I'm sure you can guess what is going to be the first one. Now you got a few years difference between us, but growing up, were you did you have a lot of fears you felt like as a kid?
I used to have uncles. They used to play around with me a lot. My brother too. My brother was 5 years older than me, so they would gang up together. And the worst ones were fears based off of like just stories that we heard, or at the time movies, especially like horror movies. They would watch it. I wasn't allowed to. Anything with the pool. I think I had mentioned this earlier, like the swimming pool thing. I didn't even elaborate because I was working. I could, but the whole thing with the swimming pool, and watching the movie Gremlins, they would tell me like there's gremlins in the pool. And then so at nighttime, especially, it would come out, and that's where it was the cleaning machine making the bubbles. But I was a kid. I didn't know any better that it was them. And that if I put my feet into the pool, they would eat them. So I was afraid to go into the pool for a while. And then there was this movie Stephen King made. I think Drew Barrymore was in it. It was called Cat's Eye. I don't know if you remember this movie. Ever heard of it? Scared the hell out of me.
I never saw it.
Trolls coming out of the freaking wall. The little like mouse traps. Those mouse doors they have in the cartoon, and like that. And I would be like hearing noises, and they would literally, while I sleep, they used to like play and like tapping at the door on the ground near I was like, oh my God. So I would think there was troll. So I think I was always afraid if you're bad, this troll's going to come out like in the movie, and then it's going to bring a cat with it. I'm like, stupid crap like that.
Yeah.
The weirdest one was the fireflies, or I don't know. They call them back east fireflies. The
lightning bugs?
The lightning bugs, right?
Yeah,
lightning bugs. We call them fireflies. So the worst one was I actually squished one day as a kid because it was cool. You see the thing light up in your hand, and my uncle told me my hands were going to fall off because it was chemicals, like a chemical thing. So every time after I was, as a kid, you're not conscious, you're not thinking of these things, right? So I did it, and then for the whole next 3 days after, I was like, oh my God, I was telling my mom my hands are going to fall off. I could feel them burning. Like it was like, she's like, no, you're okay. I was like, no. So for 3 days, I was constantly washing my hands to the point where they got so raw, trying to get that stuff off. So stupid little things like that. Mostly stuff done to me because my family was mean to me.
I don't know if that's Kadish or Alex or Mr. Matt Vader. But thank you. And yes, I love this hat. Well, I was gonna say, I guess you had almost as traumatic a childhood as I did. In my family, we had like 2 generations of cousins. I was the last of the first generation. And so I got teased and picked on a lot, and I was very scared of a lot of things because I always got messed with, and I definitely, as a child, I was very afraid of everything almost, and now it's different. My wife's afraid of everything. She was scared of nothing as a kid.
Now she's afraid of everything.
Now she's terrified of everything because she'll hear something. She's like, I'm half asleep. She's like, go check that out. I'm like. Like the dog didn't even get up and care about it. It's nothing. Go look.
Yeah.
And but anyways, and I'm even thinking of a couple other things I could have thrown on this list, but they're probably more quirky related to me. But of course, sharks in swimming pool or a pond and lake. I saw Jaws at a very young age, and it has messed me up. I love that movie, but I don't like any large body of water. Anything bigger than a bathtub.
No,
I question it. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree with you, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I would only go to those oceans now, like in the Caribbean, where you can literally see to the bottom.
Yeah.
Or wherever I guess it. I can't. No.
We went to Hawaii once years ago. I went in the water then because it was like crystal clear.
That's my point.
And I'm like, well, if I get attacked by a shark, I'm like, at least I get attacked in like, a really beautiful place. So
there you go.
Yeah. And then that's followed by piranhas in a swimming pool, pond, or lake. Because that was something else too. Like growing up as a kid, though, like you would hear about like people had piranhas and would like let them go because they couldn't keep them, and just that was always seemed like something that like popped up in cartoons. Like, yeah, like just some random body of water is going to be full of piranhas, and you stick, your toe in there, and it's a skeleton toe.
It's true.
And then this was yours, being in a swimming pool at night or dark pond lake.
No, man. Did not like it for years. Yeah. And then we got a pool light, and it changed everything eventually.
Yeah.
But no,
that pool light goes out, and it's like, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, my fear of sharks in water was so extreme as a kid for a while. Like I had a hard time going to the bathroom because water is in the toilet. Sharks live in water. A shark is going to swim up and bite my butt off.
Yeah.
That was my logic as a 5-year-old.
Nobody needs that.
No. Worms and apples. That was another thing. I remember seeing cartoons, reading in books as a kid. Like every time somebody was eating an apple, there was always a worm in it. I've never found a worm in an apple in my entire life.
Neither have I.
But I assumed that was something I was going to have to worry about. I wasn't afraid of it. It was just something I'm like, I'm going to have to look out for this in life.
Yeah.
I'm
Nobody
curious
wants to eat it.
If anybody in the chat has ever found one. Quicksand.
Yeah, quicksand's scary. That was another one when we moved here to Arizona. There, I was told that there was a lot of quicksand, and then don't walk around the desert because you're gonna sink. And so for a while, when I first visited here, I was like 10 or 11. I would just kind of always be like, okay, I'm not walking over here. But it was back then; it was even more open desert. Now it's more built up. But yeah, no thanks.
Well, yeah, same thing. Like I just assume like no matter, like you could be walking along like anything, and that just it's like a booby trap of quicksand, and you'll just die immediately. I brought that up with my wife, and she's like, I always assume though that there not only was there quicksand, but there must be slow sand, like sand, like if you stood long enough, like you would eventually sink, but unless you were like dumb, you could get in. Oh, I guess I have to send somebody a link here. Hang on a sec.
I
already sent it to him. It's in his Twitter, but he's driving. So anything to minimize somebody getting in an accident, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's going to be talking to us on the stream. But all right, I'm sending it to you. There you go, JT. Well, the link's been sent to you. He's probably like, what are you guys doing with my show talking about childhood fears?
Yeah. He is my childhood fear. His face.
Killer bees. That's like another one. Do you remember Killer Bees? I mean, like the late 70s to the early 90s.
I remember it. Oh, yeah. Not a good time. No, not a fun time for a kid. Mm-mm.
And it was just going to be something like, like you'd be at the park playing Frisbee, and then like just a bee would be pissed off at you and come kill you.
You're dead.
Like a flock of them, whatever you call it, a bunch of bees. Hey, how are you? How's the drive?
Can you hear me?
We can.
Unfortunately.
Well, it's dark. It's about almost 8 o'clock, and I'm about an hour from the New Mexico-Texas border. And if anybody's in the chat who lives in New Mexico, leave. The roads are garbage.
But you did buy some sweet fireworks earlier, though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right?
Yeah, I have some fireworks. Yep. So cannot deny that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, don't. And that's my cat.
Help me.
Get me out of this car.
No, the roads in New Mexico are horrible. Like, send Biden to go fix them or something. I don't know.
Is that why Walter White became a drug kingpin? He was just annoyed and angry at the roads, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And never knew Albuquerque was so chaotic with traffic. I mean, what the heck?
Well,
So.
everybody's taking that wrong turn at Albuquerque. That's why. Don't you remember Bugs Bunny?
All right.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just wanted to come in. R2, you're doing a great job, but don't do too good. Cannoli, thanks for being a guest tonight. I appreciate the support.
Of course,
and
man.
I will talk to you all later. So, see you.
Yeah.
See you, buddy. Drive safe, bud.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
That
poor cat.
Yeah. Let's do a quick follow-up before we get any further. Worms in your stomach if you ate your boogers. I did not. Never heard that one. And I like
that. Sounds fun.
Beard's like quicksand must be on this list.
Yeah.
Meeting some girl named
Biscuit door. Where baby just like.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Copa needs to be my next guest because I got to hear this story.
He's great.
What kind of trauma did you get there?
Poor man.
Jacob says, I saw Jaws when I was a kid right before going on vacation on the beach. Good times. Yeah.
That movie still traumatizes me with the ocean, so I'm good.
And human body is buoyant in water, which is less dense than quicksand. All those warnings are bunk. Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say, if you don't really move a whole lot, you're typically fine, and like just you can move slowly out of it. My childhood fear, glowing eyes, Terminator, never-ending story.
A trail.
Well, just imagine that makes me think of like Mothman.
Oh,
with the red glowing eyes.
Yeah.
Don't ever go to West Virginia.
No.
Vex says trapdoor spiders were another one.
I think spiders in general, but yeah, trapdoor spiders were no.
Never I don't particularly care for them, but when I lived in Texas, I was terrified of scorpions, and twice found them. They were dead both times. I was always scared. You know what? I take it back. I got a freaky story about scorpions. Me and my dad went camping, and in the morning got up, and these camping spots, they usually have like a bathroom shower area you can go into. And apparently we must have been at like the older part of the park campgrounds. We walked into this bathroom. The walls were crawling with scorpions. I'm not kidding. It looked like something out of like Indiana Jones. We opened the door and it was like, nope, get in the car. We went and found like the other end. There was like this brand new, clean, no scorpions at all.
I have a fear of roaches, the sewer roaches. I had one in my shoe a whole day at school. It snuck into my shoe, and I came home from school. And 8 hours later, my mom goes, "Why do you keep fussing with your feet?" Took my shoe off, and it ran out. So it lived in my shoe that long. So now when I see it like a sewer roach, we get them in the summer here because it's hot. It's a hot climate, so they like it. If I ever see one near the house, I freeze. I just freeze up, and I have to send Mrs. Cannoli to hunt them down. I hate them.
I used to keep roaches when I kept reptiles.
Well, that makes sense.
But never the kind, not like the German, sewer roaches.
They're disgusting.
Yeah.
They fly. Nobody likes that shit.
Yeah. These are a little bit different. You don't have to worry, but still, everybody freak out. And
they're gross. Yeah.
They're like, "What's that noise in the garage?" Oh, it's roaches.
No thanks.
Aggressive magicians.
Where did you grow up, Copa?
Yeah.
I love it. I love that, man.
Mothman, now we're talking. Yeah. Well, no Mothman on the list, but Bermuda Triangle. That was something I was afraid of, but that was something that I did wonder if that would be a problem as a kid.
Yeah.
There was no reason I would probably ever go anywhere near where that is, but
No.
no,
That's an interesting story.
Well, JT did a stream about the Bermuda Triangle I was on, but
I saw that.
I was gonna say as a kid, I did wonder, like, would that be an issue? You got to worry about that when you're growing up.
Yeah, because especially where it's located. Yeah, it is. It's fascinating. It really, because there's really no answer still. There's a lot of theories, like what you guys went through on your stream. I would almost, I swear, man, if I had nothing else to lose one day, I would just love to go. If I get lost, oh well, but just to kind of see for my own for myself what the hell is going on out there. But
I think you got a 50-50 chance if you go out that way.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make.
Go into the Navy and have an intense fear of drowning.
Yeah, that would be bad, I would say.
This sounds like an interesting story.
Is that how you explain how you are? Is that what's wrong?
And then Beard says, as a kid, I totally believe that you could not traverse the Bermuda Triangle at all. Yeah. I just assumed like you would be stuck in there forever is what happens.
Yeah. It's so weird, but I say we take a trip down there someday.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We'll live stream it. And then we're guaranteed something bad will happen. A piano, anvil, or safe would fall on my head. That's true too.
Yeah.
Though I think today not that many people are having that stuff moved like they used to.
Only as a kid, when I used to live back in New York, walking through the city when we visit once in a while, that would make me wonder because those buildings were so tall, some of them.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I gotta imagine you have to be in like a big city for that to even be an issue.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah.
I think we got one more of this. This is another one I had. I was terrified of kites as a kid. I swear that I remember I got a kite and I was so excited and like everybody else flew it by me. And then I'm like, nope. I'm like, that thing's going to pick me up off the ground. I'm just going to go straight into the sky and never come back. I was terrified of that.
I can see that.
Couldn't happen to me today with how fat I am. So, so I got no problems now. But when I was little and spry, oh yeah.
You can make it work.
I would have been a goner.
Yeah.
And then this is one of mine. Really quirky thing. I was terrified if we did leave a store before it closed, we would be forced to spend the night in the store.
Really?
And like we wouldn't be able to eat, we wouldn't be able to go to the bathroom, and we'd have to sleep on the floor.
Wow. That is unique. Yeah, I like that one.
It was like I remember being places with my mom. She'd be like clothes shopping, and I'd hear that, attention, the store is going to close in 15 minutes. And like she'd still carry on like she didn't hear it. And it'd freak me out like she couldn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd start like bawling and crying in the store.
Wow. Oh God, I wish I had video of that.
Oh yeah. That got us out of the store. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why. I was terrified we'd get locked in for the night. The worst thing ever. It's true. When you're little though, you're not really thinking like just pick a corner, use a sleeve.
I like Bro Buffett's comment up top about the horse's head in the bed. Yeah, that's always a fear.
Yeah.
That's an Italian thing.
Yeah.
Just saying. You never know.
Man. Alrighty. Well, that was our list of fears that we could come up with. So I loved hearing everybody else's that they had. That's great.
That was good.
So I think with that, I'll let you pick. You want to do bad graphic design, or do you want to do some video audio clips?
You know what? Since this is your show, technically let's do the weird audio clips because I've been fascinated about this all day.
Okay. I ended up having to stream some down because I didn't want to take up too much time with them. But
sure.
So I will admit though, some of these could have been played on JT's show before, but hey, This is my show, so I don't care.
Exactly. The hell with him.
Yeah. But This is one that always fascinated me. This is the Lost Cosmonaut. Are you familiar with that at all?
No. What is the Lost Cosmos? Or maybe if I heard it or saw about it.
During the space race, you know, the U.S. and the Soviets, you know, were constantly trying to outdo each other and doing all this stuff. And in Italy, there were two brothers that were radio fanatics and built their own antennas, and they actually found they were able to dial into Russia's radio transmissions for the cosmonaut program, and they were recording a lot of it just because they were fascinated. And but one day they got this. I'm gonna pause this real quick so it doesn't go ahead too far. Oops. There we go. So on May 16th, 1961, Achille and his brother Giovanni claimed to have heard radio communications from the secret Soviet space missions, dying sounds of a suffocating lost cosmonaut. They recorded the voice of a female cosmonaut re-entering the Earth's atmosphere in malfunctioning spacecraft. Also, though, too, they were broadcast on different frequencies, like their heart monitor. So you could tune to another station and you could actually hear heartbeats, things like that, and that's what they did. Everything was on a different frequency.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like the only thing that doesn't make it as bad is the fact that you can't understand or you can only assume.
Right. Jeez. Yeah. A little dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Now, I don't know if the brothers knew Russian at all. That's what I've always wondered.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's nowhere. It's like, ooh.
Weird.
But what's weird too is you don't hear any communication back to her, which is interesting.
Am I going to crash?
Yeah.
Wow.
This really is about the end of it.
Wow.
Okay. So, Russia denies that this was a cosmonaut. But you know, it's kind of known that they've lost quite a few people off the record, and I see a few people saying that they thought they could heard, you know, they've heard this before. But Beard does brings up a big point. The only issue I have with this being legit is during the reentry, radio cannot be broadcast from the spacecraft. I mean, if anything, it would have to be before the blackout. Of it. But yeah, the Russian space program was pretty brutal. They just, you know, probably a nice way of saying it, they were no nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It was like you were getting drafted for the worst thing in the world. If it went well, you were a hero. But
Mm-hmm.
if it didn't go well, nobody would ever know you existed. Whereas
Yep.
the U.S., it was all very practical. Have you ever heard the story about the U.S. Engineering a pen that could write in space?
Yeah, the upside down.
The upside down pen.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars in technology to do that. And Russia, how they solved the problem, do you know what they did?
Mm-mm.
They used a pencil.
Very practical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, that's one that's always, for as disturbing as it is, it's always fascinated me. But yeah, there's you can go out there and you can find some other recordings where, again, it's heartbeats, things like that. I cannot think of his name, but Russia's, you know, kind of famous cosmonaut that they sent up to space, and you know, he did an orbit around the Earth, or maybe it was the moon. I don't know if it was the moon or the Earth. But his kind of counterpart in the program went up first and died. And, you know, if you go look for it, be warned, there's some graphic photos of what they recovered of him. But yeah, there's recordings of that too. I almost included it, but I don't want to go that dark tonight. This was a little bit ambiguous, but yeah, always fascinated me. Love stuff about space. I don't know about you, but always interesting. So this next one is, you familiar with Coast to Coast AM?
Yes.
We actually got two clips tonight we're going to play from. Well, one's Coast to Coast, one's from Midnight in the Desert.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Art Bell, I miss him dearly. Loved
he's
Coast
awesome.
to Coast when he was on. You know, always interesting stuff on there. But this is an old one. This is from 1997. And a phone call he took. He was doing a show on Area 51, and he was going, anybody who works for Area 51, call in.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember this.
The Frantic Man, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is great.
But I have edited this just a little bit, the pacing, just because it's a real long clip on its own. So I was trying to keep it, you know, decent for everybody here. And it's also got R2's little twist to it as well.
Yeah, this is good.
So yeah, 97. Call does not appear to be a hoax. Instead, has an eerie sound of truth. And the call was immediately knocked off the air. So yeah, about 2-3 minutes into the call, something interesting happens.
Mm-hmm.
Line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about... lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now aren't.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting.
In some way.
So there's a big chunk of time there.
Yeah.
It cut out during this conversation, and it was dead for, I think like 10 minutes
Mhm.
at least, and then it just kicked on into the intro on a backup system, and this is kind of the follow-up here.
Mhm.
Something knocked us off the air, and we're on a backup system now.
It's a government, or
I don't know.
it has to be something, though.
Well, did you hear? Now, you tell me because you were listening.
That was awful strange.
There was a really weird guy on the air when it went off?
Yeah, real weirded out.
Like going sort of sounding paranoid,
Yeah.
schizophrenic.
Like crying and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I have another one like that, FYI, everybody.
Oh, that is great.
So, that happened in 97, and it freaked everybody out.
Oh yeah.
And a year later, a guy called in claiming to be that caller going, it was a prank. I totally pranked you. And I could not find it, but it's out there. He did the voice and everything, but a lot of people are like, oh no, like there was just something different there.
Mhm.
It's certainly very close. And there's been a fair amount of people who have said that they were the caller.
Mhm.
One in particular, a lot of people believe that it is a gentleman by the name of Brian J.L. Glass, who is a comic book writer. He's done DC and Marvel work, but he's known for an Image Comics comic book called The Mice Templar, if anybody's
Mhm.
familiar. Now, I looked up interviews with him. Doesn't sound anywhere close to it. So I certainly go, you be the judge of this.
Yeah.
It was certainly interesting. At minimum, it was a very disturbed individual there. But looking at the chat, I'm really glad everybody enjoyed that. And then
Poor
yes, this one in particular though, the CC Crane radio break. Art was really good.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. He would yeah.
He put you at
100%.
ease. You put the guests at ease. Yeah, he was good.
He was very fair. He would listen, but
Mhm.
yeah, he would object at times. Unlike coast to coast, it's terrible. There's only like 2 people that are decent, and everybody else they're insane,
Mhm.
and or they're just selling diet pills.
Yeah.
But man, I missed the heck out of Art Bell.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Well, this one is going to break off into another segment here, which is, I think, everybody's favorite on here. I should have made a segment for it to be R2's, but one thing at a
All right. We know.
Yeah. So I'll ask everybody: Has anybody heard the 911 call about Bigfoot? So this is from 1990. It's a legit 911 call. Gentleman made in Washington. So
Damn relatives calls me welcome.
wow, I think everybody will like this one too.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something. Looks like a man. I don't know what it was. Just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had cops in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. But whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now. I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ, you better...
Sir?
Dio!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right...
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he doing in your yard?
He's looking at me.
And the guy is on foot. Just...
I don't know what... It's a big, real big person. That's all I can say.
Okay, but it is a person.
Yeah, I'd say it was a person, somebody real big. But he's all in black.
Is he a black male or a white male? Did you actually see where that, or was he just wearing black?
He's all black and he's big. He is big.
Oh my God. Oh, I lost my breath there for a second.
You know, the best part would be to hear my wife tell the story. It's me lying in bed, giggling to myself, and she's like, "What are you editing now?"
You don't want to know.
On my iPad, just giggling to myself.
Oh my God! It was that sassy strut at the end. That was the Whitey. That actually fits Whitey so well.
I know.
And you know, Vex killed it. That I can see it, but Whitey just laying there. Oh my God! Oh, that made my whole night.
That. I've been dying for you to see that.
That made my whole night. That was
Thank you.
Wow. Oh God, I'm in tears here.
I can upload that for you, so you can.
Yeah, I need that for sure. That's great.
Well, I was gonna say, you know what inspired me is if everybody remembers when Saturday Night Live was still good, is the Saturday TV Funhouse where they would be talking. There'd be weird stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
So that was my.
Oh my God.
There. Believe me, I would have done more if I could, but there's only so much you could find on Pinata Farms.
I'm dying.
Oh
my God, Whitey kills me. He just kills me. Vex with the crazy eyes gets me every time.
I know, I love that. And yes, I remember sightings. That was like the poor man's unsolved mysteries. Yeah, that's another one as a kid. Scared the crap out of me, that show.
Oh
that music and Robert Stack.
Yeah. I used to watch it. It was great. Oh my God.
Well, thank you, Liberty.
Oh man.
And Mrs. Cannoli, thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Okay. Well, we got one more clip. This is Art Bell when he was after he left Coast to Coast, but it was one on Bigfoot, and it's recordings known as the Sierra Sounds. And apparently this is audio recordings of two Bigfoots up in the Sierra Nevada mountains. So,
relatives.
Yeah. Same thing. This is like a 15-minute clip that I chopped down to 2.5 minutes. So, if you want to go find it, just go to Art Bell's website. You'll see it. But there's a bit more, going on there. But I just got the good stuff.
Oh, God.
I guess we would call this number one. Let's play it once, and then we will talk about it. So here it comes.
Wow.
I mean, listening to this, it's like, what the hell's going on?
What is going on?
But if you heard that in the woods,
Yeah.
Scare the crap out of me.
Yeah. What in the hell?
Good Lord, it would scare the hell out of me. First of all, what were we hearing? Is it one Bigfoot or is it two of them?
Well, we believe it was two.
That is regular speed, right?
Yes.
We had a human sound expert listen to it. She said the female won that argument.
The more you listen to it, the more it begins to sound like a married couple.
All right, well, I'm going to...
It sounds like Mrs. Cannoli yelling at me to clean the bathroom or something. It's kind of what, just yelling at each other.
I heard JT make these noises before. I told him every be hurt my
oh man!
So one of the things that they mentioned that I cut for time, but they said if you slow it down, you can really hear like it's a language and they're talking. So I did slow this down a little portion of it it's slowed by 2/3. So I'll let everybody listen to that real quick here.
Play this number one again, and okay, here we go. Okay. It does sound like she won, and he wasn't real happy about it. He was sort of walking away grumbling.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we actually have...
Didn't mean to play that again. Yeah, I've heard that one before. I mean, it's... Like I said, if I heard it in person out in the woods, I'd probably be freaked.
Yeah.
But listening to it like that, it's like, that just, it sounds like somebody like high freaking out.
Yeah. That is wild. It does. It sounds like that. And the grunting and that's the part that was a little strange. But yeah, I think Beer Liberty's onto something. Probably some people on fentanyl or some high off something really strong. Just argue.
Well, those audio recordings are from like the early 70s.
Oh, okay.
So I mean they're pretty old. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too funny. And thank you, Vanquish.
Oh my
Appreciate
god,
it.
they are classics.
Yeah. Well, that was it for clips.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know how dark JT will let me get, so I still wanted to keep it relatively fun, but definitely some interesting stuff out there.
Oh god, that was great.
But with that, I'm going to kick off our next segment, which is R2's bad design.
I like the picture.
Thank you.
That's great.
It's last time I was in Vegas.
That's classic.
I'm about 15 years younger than I am in that photo.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one too, finding stuff. I almost went overboard with it, but
oh god,
I restrained myself. I kept it minimal, like JT has. So, but a big thing for people, right, is to personalize their laptops and sometimes make them look nicer than they are, give them some flair. And I mean, there's those decal kits everywhere. This was a kit for a keyboard. Make your keyboard look real fancy. Give it, make it look like it's made out of marble. But I don't think that's the effect that they got here. I think that was a keyboard somebody on fentanyl found in Portland or San Francisco. So
thought it was toilet paper.
Yeah, either that or somebody was eating a lot of chocolate.
That's true. Spilled coffee on it, maybe.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't think marble.
It's a terrible design.
Yeah,
for a keyboard, no, that's ouch. No, that's not a pleasant looking design. I wouldn't touch that.
No, I'd be terrified to touch it.
I'll be afraid to touch that.
I only assume that it smells the same way it looks. Now, this next one reminded me of JT, and he mentioned he was having to pick up some boxes just because he's been moving. I don't know where he got these boxes from. Maybe they're from Canada. I know they do things differently up there, but this is kind of a warning label of just how you should pick up something heavy. But that's supposed to be like the back. These guys holding his back, kind of. I don't know. But it feels like they want you to stick something somewhere.
Yeah.
To lift correctly.
Like insert here, but lift correctly.
Yeah. If anybody has any ideas what they need to insert, share it in chat.
Yeah, that's just wow. Even the box doesn't look right. It's just, everything about this is so wrong.
I know.
Everything.
Who designed that? It's like arrows go here.
I hope that guy doesn't have a job anymore. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Look at that. Don't put the box in there.
Oh, really quick. Somebody, I've got some people saying that was Hunter Biden's laptop, by the way. Yeah, that's a fair guess.
Yeah.
That is a Monster and a B sci-fi channel.
Basically, is what it looks like.
Well, there's that like jagged point on the back.
Yeah. Like what's going on there?
Broke a bone back there.
Ouch. There you go. Yeah, that's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that is so strange.
Definitely. Well, do you guys, out in Arizona, I know it gets real hot, but do you guys ever spend time outside in your backyard? Are you big on that?
On occasion, yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be outdoors.
I mean, everybody's different. Some people, sometimes you just don't have a backyard that's real nice, but a lot of people, right, they'll decorate and they'll put lights out there. Make it look real nice, and especially out at night too. Sets the mood. But I gotta say, spacing is key when you're putting any type of
that's true
text on a box. And I'm not familiar with these types of lights. Are you? Maybe these aren't for outside.
Wow.
Maybe these are for in the bedroom.
Yeah, maybe that's like for one of those special movies they like to film in certain places. You need good lighting, right? So these are the lights you buy.
I hear they shoot those in the valley a lot of times in California or Nevada.
Yeah.
But I hear they're real religious. There's a lot of praying in those movies.
Yes. Lots of swearing to God and praising God. And yeah, this is interesting. This is probably, like you said, the worst placement of a lettering. Because how could you not walk by and see that?
Well, and even when you look at the box at the bottom, it's even worse too. The one that
my
it's
God.
sitting.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would buy those boxes by the dozen just to have them. Just hand them out to family.
If you got a big lots out by you, that's apparently where you can get your flickering lights.
I'm gonna give those away now for people. Be like, here's your lights, your effing lights, and I'm gonna see how many calls I get. Going, what the hell did you buy here? Like, they're special lights. They're effing with you lights. That's bad. There you go.
You know what? I think you should have some of those behind you.
Yeah. Now I'm going to buy them. I'm going to go to I have a big lots around me. I'll go buy those. Yeah. I'll put the box behind me.
Now I want you to go to see if they're there. You know what? We have a big lots by us too. Now I'm tempted to see.
Now I have to go there.
I have to race to find the
Yeah.
flickering lights.
And if I can't find them at those, I'll go to another. I have to find these things now. It's a mission.
I know. This is the next one is another one where, when you write things, spacing is it's key. It's key to
obviously
let people know what they're getting into, I guess, is a good way to say it.
I mean,
it's if you haven't figured it out, it's the wig and pen is open for business.
Is it a wig for your pen?
I don't know what that shop is. I didn't look it up, but
the wig and the pen.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like a fancy clothing store. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. It might be fancy. They got wigs for all your orifices.
Yeah. It could be.
That's strange. These people who doesn't proofread this stuff? Like, you just throw it up. We don't have time anymore. We have no budget to fix this. We put it all into the business. And they have to have people walking in going, do you have wigs for your penises? I mean, they have to, right?
Well, the other thing I go is, like, who hung that sign up and didn't go, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
At the same time, if they did, and then somebody went, we'll just roll with it.
That's what happened. I'm telling you. They were like, we opened this bit. We have no more time and money to fix this.
Either that, it's either like a fancy clothing store or it is a bougie restaurant. Like I could see a restaurant calling them like, we're the wig and the pen.
Yeah.
He said we get pen pizza in the UK.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense now that you said that. It's in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They serve special desserts there, apparently.
And exactly, yeah. Makes me think.
Take the mighty for five.
Makes me think of that exactly. Well, yeah, thank you, Beard. I appreciate it.
Good job, buddy.
I was a little afraid to Google that.
Yeah. I don't want those images on my timeline.
The next one is kind of similar to like the last two in terms of placement. It has not really anything to do with the text, but when you have words on things and then you have a model, placement of the person is definitely key with your lettering.
I see. Calling herself out there, I see, huh?
Yes.
I like this.
A magazine for whores in Milan.
Yeah.
It's technically it's where
shopping, dining, and she's the entertainment. They're the whore. Yeah.
Yes. The whore.
I like that. Yeah.
I'm waiting for Vanquish to say that. Oh, this JT gave that to him when he was, packing up all his stuff.
That comment by Vex there. It's just so wrong. It's so funny. It's so true. Oh wait, no, he's gonna get a sponsorship now from that place.
Yeah.
The Milan whore. I like this though because it's straightforward. It tells you right. Milan whore. And they and then, this month's events, luxury sales on whores apparently. Thanks, Whitey.
Yeah, thank you. I think he missed it though. He's gonna have to go back and
just go back and rewatch, dude. Whitey,
rewatch.
Gut busting laughter. It's classic.
I'm either gonna get a message that he's cracking up or that he's gonna kill me one day.
No, he'll laugh. Trust me, he'll laugh.
And,
so now we have to go to Milan. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, this magazine too. This is not the first time they've done this as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Who doesn't see this stuff though? Like when they're putting it like.
Clearly, they don't have a good editor.
Maybe their magazine sales went up after this.
Maybe. Well, the other thing I'm like, I don't think this is like Milan, Italy either, because this is all in English. So
right.
There is a website there. I did notice that now. Where Milan. So now
it should be whoremilan.com.
That'll probably take you to a different website too.
Well, I'm just saying, for science, we can research purposes. Yeah, that would have been funny.
Oh yeah,
That is good.
That might have been my last show if I did that. But that is it for my.
Those were good.
Graphic design. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Those were good. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, that is it for everything. Cannoli, I appreciate you so much for coming.
Of course, dude.
This was so much fun. I'm glad you enjoyed the one video in particular.
Oh, dude, I'm dying, man. I gotta go back and watch that again. That was so good.
Yeah. Thanks, Beard.
Oh, we're watching it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll get those uploaded for you too.
Appreciate you.
But what do you? I know you did mention the channel and some stuff coming up, but you were off this week for your Monday night. And I'll let you though mention what's going on Friday and this upcoming Monday.
Yeah. So Friday is the all-lady, truly the female perspective show at 6:05 p.m. Pacific time with Vex, Shiro, and Mrs. Cannoli. There's a lot to talk about because they take a month off and come back. There's just a lot. You want to be there. A lot of stuff about Bud Light, a lot of stuff about a lot of things I won't mention here, but it's going to be a really exciting show. Might be a long one, but it's worthy. And then Monday, Mischief Mayhem movie is coming back 6 o'clock Pacific. We're doing a review and discussion of The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey and Matthew Broderick. And then, I won't be back on a Friday stream for the Cannoli Connection until the 21st of April, but we have a guest, the Gamer Geek, coming on for that.
Okay.
Looking forward to that. So we got plenty to do. I got some edits. I've been doing more shorts lately too, trying to figure that out. I'm gonna get with you on trying to fix some editing stuff for my clips, some funny stuff for the beginning of my edits. So we'll get with that. But we'll got some stuff coming up.
And I've got your YouTube channel and your Twitter in the description.
Yeah,
of the,
you can always check me out.
Video,
there.
so you can find them there. But you are also on Rumble as well. I'm sure they can find
your
YouTube channel.
Simulcasting, it's all through the YouTube, and I'm going to start throwing those in the description from now on. So
I got two questions though for you. Are you guys actually doing anything that's audio only? Are you guys doing?
I am not yet. That is definitely something I want to do for both shows, all shows actually. So that's I have some things that I want to try out here this weekend and next week before my Friday show. So I'm going to kind of look at that. But I have some questions there too about how to kind of get that stuff going.
Sure, that's something JT and I have talked about as well. But I was just curious, just with everything you're doing, it wouldn't surprise me if you were like, "Oh yeah, we do have an audio version."
I have an app and all this stuff I'm trying out, so I do need to kind of get on that a little bit.
Yeah, so do I. And the other one too is, I was thinking about this. When I first, found your channel. I mean, I discovered you actually finding JT's channel and coming in the chat, and that's how we all kind of met and became friends. But when you started, you had a different co-host, Whiskey Banger, and how's he doing? I know he had a little one added to the family.
He's doing good. He's got he had at the time a 2-year-old and a newborn, and he was working up to 3 jobs at one point to kind of support while the wife was off. And now they're kind of just they're really just working a lot. They're both working 2 extra jobs right now, just trying to get through some debts and some hospital stuff, and they're doing fine. I talk to him pretty much every day. We text. He's he's great. I always tell him he's always available to come back whenever he wants, but he understood why I wanted to rebrand a little bit for the Friday show. And he's fine with it. And he's such a good guy. I love the man. So he might come on as a guest once in a while when we do some Friday shows with just me and the missus and a guest. And then of course I'm starting this new thing I'm trying out every month, doing a conspiracy theory stream on Rumble only. It's exclusive to Rumble. The last one did great, so we're doing another one. I think the 15th of this month we're going to be on Rumble at 7 p.m. Pacific. I'll put all the information out 7 p.m. on the 15th, but we're going to do a part 2. So I'm always looking for people to get on there. I can have up to 10 people, I think, through StreamYard on there. So I'm looking for some. If you're available, R2, of course.
Yeah. What day do you do that again?
I think this month's going to be the 15th, and it's usually Saturday night. But we're still, it's not final, but it's kind of looking like that would be the date.
Sure, I might be able to. I love talking about conspiracies. That's always fun.
And it's Rumble, so you don't have to be restricted. You can say what you want, and Rumble's growing, and I want to use that platform for certain things more. So definitely, yeah.
No, that's awesome. One other thing I want to mention though too, you know, you've also got a lot of merch.
I do. Thank you.
Want to show this off, and definitely go and support.
Yeah, you can see the difference. Yeah, I have the first prototype of like you get the cheap version, and then you got the nice one. But it's all on my Twitter and my link tree and on the description. You can always check it out. I got everything you want there.
Yeah, you got all kinds of stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I also want to mention though that JT does have merchandise as well. If you love what JT does here on his channel, definitely check that out. It's a great way to support him. In fact, I mean, I wasn't actually even aware that he had the merch store up. I feel bad. So, here's my best friend. I got to go get some. I got to get some merch from him and represent for my buddy too.
Yeah, definitely.
But just want to mention that you can definitely support JT, and we love him here. And then over on our channel we share together after the weekend, next Monday, I'm going to have Mr. Theme Park Casual on. We're going to be reviewing The Princess Bride. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's such a good movie. Yeah.
Great movie.
And Quicksand too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know who my guest will be for next week on the R2 show, but I will definitely try and get somebody fun on here, and
get the Milan horror.
Yeah. Mrs. R2 might be mad about that one, but hopefully, next episode we'll have as much fun as we did tonight here. So
that was good. Yeah,
I certainly appreciate it. And again, thank you to the chat, everybody in here. I'm shilling. Not for JT.
He shouted him out.
I did. Yeah. I shill for all my friends. So yes, thank you all. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. I don't know if he saw that yet or if he was just saying because I'm shilling for you. But thank you all, and with that, we'll say good night.
See ya.